Each week, we follow a major teacher as they go undercover to find out what's really going on in their classroom. This week, we'll follow Mr. Hunt as he goes undercover to find out what's really happening in his choir class when he's not looking. Hunt will go in as a new transfer student from Columbus, Ohio, birthplace of Guy Fieri. The new foreign exchange student arranges a meeting with choir council rep Brock Damel to find out what he thinks of Mr. Hunt's teaching style.
So, you like choir?
Well, absolutely I like choir. I mean, I feel like it changed my life. All of a sudden, I felt like I was handed a plethora of new artistic abilities that really gave me a relief from the monotonous day in, day out, the same core classes.
You're a bird.
I feel like choir is just such a relief. So the short answer, I guess, I really like choir council too. I'm the treasurer, I get to count money, and Miss Duffy trusts me to be able to count it without taking any, and it makes me feel really special inside.
Now that Mr. Hunt has learned more about what a real choir kid feels like, he'll try to be one. It's time to meet his students at an Excel meeting for the co-ed a cappella group from out of nowhere.
Hey, I'm Guy from Columbus, Ohio.
Are you the new kid?
Yeah, well, what group is this?
This is from out of nowhere, one of our 3 a cappella groups here at North.
Wow, well, what are the other 2?
Oh, Testosterone is the all-male a cappella group.
And Spartaness is the all-female a cappella group.
Nifty, well, what do I have to do to join?
Well, for Spartaness and Testosterone, all you have to do is show up to rehearsals. But for Mana, you gotta audition in the spring for the following year.
Interesting.
That looked like Mr. Hunt.
Mr. Hunt doesn't have a mustache.
It's the end of the school day and Guy is headed to musical practice.
I hear some kid practicing for a musical. Let's go see what he's up to.
Hey, I'm Guy. What are you doing in here?
I'm practicing my solo for the musical.
Well, what musical are you doing?
Something good.
Well, do you like it?
Well, I love it. I think it's a great way to meet new people and, get some new experiences.
That it is. Well, what musical did you do last year?
The Addams Family.
And what'd you do in it?
I was a featured ensemble. I do a lot of dancing and singing. You might know me from the Tango de Amor.
Oh, yes. Yeah, the musicals are always a great opportunity for kids to get together and have fun in a place where they don't have to think about school. From the auditions in November to the performance in February, it's just great to see the kids... Yeah, they have a good time.
It's time for Hunt to find out more about some of the fun opportunities exclusively available to choir students. Hunt arranges a meeting to find out more about the choir's yearly trip through the U.S. with...
Hey, so how far into these woods are we walking into?
Well, I'll tell you when we get there. Alright, I think we could stop. So where do you guys go on these trips?
So every year, the choir department goes to a different city every single year. For instance, last year, the choir department went to New Orleans, and then this year, for 2018, they went to Minneapolis.
Well, what you guys do on the trips?
So every trip varies. So, for instance, Minneapolis, the choir and the band, and they went to Something Rotten as a musical. They went to Mall of America, and they kind of went all around Minneapolis. And for New Orleans, it was kind of one of the bigger trips in the department. That's where they went from New Orleans to Memphis to St. Louis, all in one trip. So when you go on these trips, you have your money's worth, have a great time.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's really good. It's a lot of experiences. I make new friends there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
After days of undercover research, it's now time for Hunt to make the big reveal to his class.
Alright! I have an announcement to make. I am in fact not Guy from Columbus, Ohio, as some of you may think. I am actually your teacher, Mr. Hunt.
Mr. Hunt doesn't have a mustache.
Holy heck!